Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. Gonna get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say hello and welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time. And hello and welcome back to everybody who's seen me before and been following me on this journey where I started in 2019 stating out loud I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video. And this was my New Year's resolution, and it was the first one I ever told anybody what it was, and it was the first one that I was ever able to keep. So I did a weekly video letting you guys know how fear, shame, and guilt was not breaking up with me as easily as I thought it was going to be. 2020 was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others. 2021 was to break up with processed sugar, which I have now advanced to. I am now broken up with sugar, wheat, flour, and caffeine. So I am 21 days abstinent free of caffeine, sugar, flour, and wheat. And it actually is a million times better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to totally suck and that my life was going to be over. And it actually is not as hard as I expected. And I'm going to get into that with you guys in a little bit. And then 2022 was to put in income to what it is that I do and am doing. And you guys, I am in the process of entering into my vocation. And I never even heard of this word before, but a girlfriend told me it's your soul's purpose. It is your job from God. And that's what I am now working on. I am no longer I was a hair colorist, a hairdresser, and I am no longer physically able to do that. And so now I'm transitioning into my vocation. And I thought every time I do stuff, like once I show up and I say I'm ready for this, like it's supposed to be easy. And that is not true. This stuff, showing up for my own life is hard because I've never done it before. And I not only never done it before, I've never done it in front of a camera either. So putting myself out here for all of you to see me succeed, not succeed, whatever, however you envision success, that is so different to everybody. But my idea of success has changed, and it is not linked to just finances. It is, how do you treat people? What are you looking for? And part of this is, and I'm going to get into this because I wanted to tell you two things. I wanted to tell you about the food thing, which is I am a food addict. I've been a food addict my whole life. And I'm finally able to address that. And I don't have cravings for sugar at all right now, which I'm so grateful for. So it's working. And is it hard? Yes. It's getting easier. And what they suggest is failure to plan is a plan to fail. Is planning to fail. And you guys, you're looking at a person who never had a plan for anything. I always wanted everybody else to come up with a plan, and then I would criticize your plan and tell you how lousy it was. how it sucked and how I thought you should have did it better. And what I realized is I am now able to come up with plans. And whether they succeed or don't succeed, that is none of my business. My idea is just to come up with the plan and work from there. And then whatever happens after that is a bonus and a gift. And I'm never going to be sorry that I did. I will be sorry that I didn't. And so that's a question I think to ask all of ourselves. Will I be sorry that I didn't do this? And I think it's an important question to ask yourself. And I don't think I'll ever be sorry that I put myself out here because I feel safe, which is the greatest thing ever. And I've never felt safe in my life, but I've done a lot of work, and I've told you guys I do a lot of work every single day in order not just to get it, to have it, to keep it, and to share it. So it's a gift, but I have to keep telling my story over and over again so I can hear it, so it can sink in, so I can absorb it and acknowledge how far I've come. So the one thing I wanted to tell you about the food addiction. So one of the things that they suggest is putting your scale away. And you guys, I am a compulsive scale weigher. Like, I used to step on the scale in the morning, totally naked, everything off, no glasses, no earrings, no nothing. And then I would weigh myself as the day went on and at night. And I didn't know this is compulsive behavior and part of the food addiction. So they suggest that you put your scale away. So I put it away, and then I took it back out because I'm not ready to keep it away. And I'm not weighing myself as much as I used to, but I still have it out. And the reason why I wanted to tell you guys that is because I want to know what people do. Don't tell me to put the scale away. What did you do? And you know, it's funny because somebody said to me, well, I didn't do that right away when I asked them, but they didn't volunteer it. So then it was like, oh my God, it's okay that I'm not ready to do this yet. So when Angelo, my son, was younger, I remember I went to the doctor and they're like, take him out of the crib and put him into a bed. The most of the times, the kids who end up in the emergency ward are the kids that climb out of their cribs and they get hurt. So I came home, took the crib down, put him in the bed. Nightmare. It was a nightmare for a week. He hated it. I hated it. He didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I call back the doctor's office and they're like, are you kidding? The doctor's wife lays down with their daughter every single night for her to go to sleep, and she's 8. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I went home, we put the crib back up. He slept in the crib for another year, and it was wonderful. So what I've learned is I want to know what people are doing. Don't tell me what not to do. Tell me what you do. And I am telling you guys, I pulled that scale back out. I'm not ready for it to go away yet. But my body is getting smaller and my hair is getting bigger. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do the keratin again or just start going more natural and just being myself more and more. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. So anyway, if you see my hair smoother and more polished, I'll do the keratin, but I really want to step into just being myself and not trying to be anyone else. And I went to the doctors for depression, and I went on Tuesday, and she suggested counseling or medicine, and I said, can I please do both? So I got a prescription for Zoloft, but it's like generic form. So I started that, and I'm going to look for a counselor, but I want to find a counselor who has done the work that I've done, not just because they went to school for it. I want somebody who's lived it. And that's what I can tell you about me is, you know, I share from experience. I might not have the book, like the degree, but I lived it. And whenever I get information from somebody, I want I want information from people who have been through it, not just studied it. Like I need somebody who knows how I feel because they've been there too. And the people that I look for nowadays are people who treat me like a person. And for the longest time, it has been getting harder and harder to find people who treat me like a person. And what do I mean like that? About that is, I don't know if you guys have gone to doctors, to anybody, and they listen to you, but you know they can't hear you. So I used to constantly go back and try and get them. If I explained it this way, if I explained it that way, if I said this, if I said that I could get them to hear me. And really what I realized is when I'm around people and they can't hear me, that is my signal, that is my sign, that is their soul's way of telling me, I can't help you, Michelle. Please move on. So that's what I have done. So I'm on my third lawyer. I've been to a ton of doctors, and before I used to take it as I look crazy and I look difficult, instead of there are a lot of disconnected people in this world, and I am only looking for somebody who can treat me like a person and who hears what I have to say. So this is your sign signing off. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching and continuing to watch, and stay safe, stay tuned, and I'll see you next week.